Hello YouTubers, in this video we're going to be changing out the sway bar end links on my 2009 Saab 9.3 Aero cross-wheel drive. If you saw in the previous video, I had changed out the shock mounts on both sides of the car, hoping that it would resolve this as you're riding down the road at very low speeds, backing out of the driveway, pulling out of the driveway, whatever. It was very low speeds, you hear a slight faint tick, coinciding with the movement of the car suspension. And so I thought it was the shock mount, and it was not. So now we're on to the sway bar end links. And so I'm hoping that that will resolve the issue. In any event, let's get the car turned around, sunny side out, and work on the sway bar end links. Here are the tools you're going to need to do the job. A pair of vice grips to get the inside of the top side of the end link. You're going to need to hold that in place, clamp that in place while you unloosen the inside bolt on the top, which you'll see. Then you're going to need a 18 millimeter to get that, the 18 millimeter to get that top bolt off while holding it in place. You're going to need a socket. That's going to be used for a 16 millimeter on the bottom bolt, which is very easy to get to. I use this extension bar for my wrench here because that inside bolt that this is holding on was tight, so I used my breaker bar or extension. That helped me out. And then this didn't end up holding as well as I thought. Maybe it will for you, but it did not for me. So I ended up breaking out my stubby. This is an a T40 stubby, inserting it into the 12 millimeter wrench. That held the top side of the sway bar end link in place, which I will show you in the video. That held that in place while I undid it with my 18 millimeter wrench. You can start by trying this. If you don't happen to have a stubby, you may have to buy one, but this should work. I just pivoted to that because I hadn't. Then you have the E12. That is to drop the sway bar from the back of the car. You may not want to do that. You may think that that's an extra bit of work, but I will tell you that is the key part of the job. Because once that's dropped, it takes the tension off the sway bar end link and allows you to freely move the sway bar and make all your alignments back in place. I would suggest you really follow through with dropping the sway bar. It's not hard, it's 4 E12s. So here are our parts. There's your part number if you have a cross-wheel drive. And this right here opened up, that is a T40. We'll need that to hold this in place while we loosen the nut off so that it doesn't all go spinning with it. All right, let's get the car in the air and start our job. So in preparation for our work, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by PB blasting both sides of this and the bottom. The manual talks about removing the sway bar bushing, or not removing the bushing, but dropping the sway bar on the back. That way we're not under pressure and tension here. So let's loosen this up. This is an E12. And we'll get bar is dropped. We're ready to undo this side of the sway bar end link, and what I have is my wrench and my extender, which I never thought I would end up using, but here we go. Let's give it a shot. Okay, what I have is my wrench, and I have a vice grip on the other side of the sway bar end link. Let's see if I can show you that. See how it's set up? Because the inside wants to rotate with the wrench, we're going to lock it in place like so. To get the lower bolt off, I'm leaving the top one in loose, but we'll get this bottom one off, or broken loose. Let's see. Okay, let's get the top one loose. There we go, end link out. Take a look at it. And now I'm going to snug everything up until I do the other side, and then we'll come back and torque these down. This is to 30 foot-pounds, I believe, for both sides. Okay, the top is bolted in nice and snug, 30 foot-pounds at least. I don't have a torque wrench that'll do that. Right there is too tight. So we'll do the bottom in just a minute, but for now, let's get the sway bar back in place. This was always a fiddly thing. Sorry about that. All right, YouTubers, everything is in. Nice and neat and new. I'm sure you can't see that one, but nice and neat and new. What I'm going to do now, like I tell you in all my videos, if I get access to something, I'm going to clean it. It's already quasi-clean, but I'm going to clean it while I'm in here again. So anyway, let's clean this up, put the wheels back on, take it for a ride, and we'll see how we are. All right, YouTubers, that was it. Took it for a test drive down the driveway. Very slow speeds, going up the hill, very slow speeds, and it does not make a sound. Forward or reverse. Yeah, so I was confident it was the shock mount. Maybe the shock was riding around inside that mount, but it was not that. It was the sway bar end links all along. So they're cheap enough to replace. I think I have $100 in them and easy enough to do. So yeah, YouTubers, if you like this video, like the video.